It's a beautiful day here at Cedar Lakes.
Mendez Valley.
Just win.
And sometimes when you live in a small town,
there are no strangers.
Kickoff as an award-winning sports writer and stadium voice at Ripley High for 30 years.
So I'm the one-man director of the Ripley Convention and Visitors Bureau.
We're now joined by the legendary PA voice of the Vikings, Mike Rubin. Rube, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Brian. It's good to be here.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the campus of Ripley High School for tonight's game as the Warren Local Warriors take on your Ripley Vikings.
It's truly been a great ride with the Vikings this fall, and we'll hope that journey continues for a few more weeks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Evans to Cottageville, from Kennet to New Era, Ripley High School is proud to present the pride of Jackson County, the Ripley Viking Band.
You always want to be the king where you live. No matter if you're at a basketball game, a baseball game, or what it is, you want to be the king where you live.
Thank you so much for joining us behind all the home games at Ripley High School. You're so much a part of the atmosphere there, and we appreciate you being with us tonight.
All right, fans, it's football time. Mendez Valley.
Spectators can help promote sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Each person is asked to take personal responsibility for keeping this contest at the highest level of good sportsmanship. Please stand as you are able and join us in honoring America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare out of the sea.
Cyrus. Number 3, Austin Fleming. Number 4, Casey Stanley. Number 25, Nathan Rodriguez. And number 5, David Parsons. The Big Reds are coached by Brian Crislip, assisted by Billy Cottrell, Jeremy Bell, Jay Thorne, and Brian Colombo. Welcome your Ripley Vikings. He wears number 23, a junior, Cade Good. Number 21, a junior, Brady Anderson. Number 20, a junior, Virgil Myers. Number 11, a senior, Isaiah Casto. And number 1, a senior, Lou Johnson. The Vikings are coached by Derek Mullins, Jameson Hunt, and Steve Hunt.
Good to have Tom Hunter in the house tonight. Back behind the mic here at Ripley High School. Did a lot of work with Rube over the last few years, as he will fill in for Rube here for the boys' games the rest of the year, and he's a pro. Good to have him with us.
Yeah, without a doubt, Tom loves Ripley High School. He loves Mike Rubin, and I think we started a little tradition. I like those our kids, the starting lineup, coming over and giving us a little fist pump before they go out. Gets me fired up.
Right? We'll jump in there. Johnson will jump it. He steals the tip from Clavon Cyrus. Cyrus will guard Isaiah Casto across the timeline. Going to screen from Johnson. Top circle, left-hand dribble, looking for Good. Now he comes near side. Myers off to Johnson, down the block to Anderson. Strong take up, good.
And muscle against muscle as Anderson gets inside. Parsons was right there, and he's a big body also, but the big man powers it up and in.
Stanley gives off to Rodriguez, guarded by Myers. Now Fleming with it. He'll shoot a deep three. In and out. Johnson with the rebound. From the Vikings.
Cyrus, very aggressive out there on Isaiah, but Isaiah up to the challenge.
Drops it off to Anderson. Now to Johnson. Elbow or free throw line. Jumper no good. Cyrus with the rebound.
Didn't look on balance when he released that one.
Ball deflected into the hands of Parsons. His three won't go. Casey Stanley with the rebound. His putback won't go. And out of there with it from the Vikings. And Isaiah quickly into the front court. Myers, top circle. He'll drive into the paint. Pass it to Anderson. Off to Good, near corner. Now back to Casto, and he'll reset. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 Vikings. Strong take, stolen. Isaiah turns it over. Here comes Stanley in transition. Wild shot, won't go. Fleming can't come down with the rebound. Vikings will have it.
And up and down we go. Pressure by Cyrus on Casto. A little more up-tempo maybe than Coach Mullins wants to go. And he's going to have Cade bring it up against the pressure now.
So Good into the front court. Rodriguez guarding him. Up the far sideline. Off to Johnson, left of the circle. Dribble handoff to Casto. Ball deflected. Gathers it back in. He had Johnson wide open on the block. Couldn't find him. Now they get it down. He'll go against Cyrus, and he'll lay it up and in.
And when he catches it that deep against the point guard, I like our chances.
High-low game. The two bigs going at it. 4-0. Vikings lead it. 6 minutes to go first quarter. Here's Parsons. Left of the circle. Looking for a seam. Viking defense not giving up an inch now as Rodriguez will back it out near the timeline. Fakes the handoff to Stanley. Shoots a tough baseline shot. Fleming with the rebound. Put back. Good. And one.
And that's just a box out error. Our big man got caught off guard. Brady that time got a little too deep. The ball bounded out beyond him, and as he tried to recover, he picks up the foul.
Out of the ball game goes Parsons. Philip Wilson in. Fleming to the line, the left-hander. Up and in, 4-3, Vikings lead it.
A lot of side spin on that shot.
5:43 to go here in the quarter. Johnson at the elbow. Back to Casto, excuse me. Now Anderson with it, top circle. They go down to Johnson. He'll go to work on Fleming. Pushing it back, no call. Anderson with the rebound, and he's fouled on the rebound. Good, strong offensive rebound there by the big, strong Viking.
And, you know, we talked about Luke Johnson so often because he's so long not getting called. He got pushed out from underneath the basket there.
Okay, good. Strong take to the basket off the back of the iron and a whistle. That's going to be a foul on Rodriguez, his first, team second. No argument from Coach Chrislip. So Kate will get to the free throw line.
Very good officiating crew here tonight, Brown. I've seen these guys do a lot of MEC, I call them West Virginia Conference games and tournament games. So very experienced crew here tonight. It will probably be very tightly called.
Kate in the scoring column. And that could favor Parkersburg as they have a pretty deep bench as well. Maybe even a little deeper than the Vikings. Good, free throw, in and out. Rodriguez with the rebound. 5-3, Vikings lead it. 5:15 to go. Now it's Wilson. He'll step into a 15-footer. That one's short. Fleming with the rebound. Put back. Too strong. Cyrus put back won't go, but he's fouled. Vikings getting killed on the glass right now, Jeff.
Yeah, and Luke's got to exert himself just a little bit more. There's a lot of big bodies down inside. And I know he's not wanting to pick up any cheap fouls, and I don't want him to either, but he's got to go up and get those. We're at a deficit size-wise on the floor.
Virgil called for the foul as Clavon Cyrus misses the first free throw. Stanley checks out of the ball game in Andrew Stoniker.
And you said it, Brian. Coach Chrislip over there has got a very, very deep bench, and he will go to him.
So the shot was in, and they're going to say foul's called on Luke Johnson. The free throw counts. Saying that he caught him up under the chin.
Wow. I take back what I said about a very good officiating.
So Parkersburg will have the basketball and a chance to grab the lead here. 5-4.
To make that call, you got to be looking at one thing and one thing only.
Ball stolen. They're going to say kick. And Viking fans disagree. 5:07 to go here in the quarter. 5-4, the Vikings lead it. Rodriguez inbounds into the backcourt. Cyrus with it. We'll bring it across the timeline. Hand it off to Nathan Rodriguez. On the near sideline, he'll get a screen. Now off to Stoniker. They're going to yo-yo with it out there on the perimeter. Driving to the basket is Wilson. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Here's a second chance opportunity by Stoniker, and it's no good. This one rebounded by Anderson. Vikings dodge a couple of bullets. Myers off to Johnson. Baseline. Back to Myers. Here's three. No good. Rebounded by Stoniker. Quickly into the front court, and they throw it away. That's Rodriguez on the turnover.
We need that stroke that Virgil had the other night over there on the far side of the court, because he had a good look there, just couldn't get it to fall. But good ball movement by the Vikings, and as we expected, good defense by the Big Reds.
Fleming and Parsons check back into the ball game. Vikings clinging to a 1-point lead here. Nice drive to the basket. Block. Charge.
Count it.
Thought they were going to call a charge for a second. As Stoniker tries to draw the offensive foul, he'll pick up his first personal.
So good strong move there by Luke. A little flop action with these officials.
7-4.
Make the call.
Luke to the line. Carson Hedrick in for Myers. Free throw up and in.
So the Vikings double up now, 8-4. Our score, 4:07 to go here in the first period of play.
Parsons across the timeline, left-hand dribble. Ball deflected into the hands of Stoniker. Now cross court to Fleming, right of the circle. He'll drive, the left-hander, all the way to the basket. Roots in there, and Luke Johnson comes out of there with the rebound. Strong kid. Hard to keep out of the paint. And here's another one. And Isaiah Castro drive, can't connect. Putback won't go. Luke rebounds the second one. Left-hand shot, no good. Fleming with the rebound.
Isaiah hits the deck down there, no call.
Fleming, ball deflected into the cheerleaders by Luke Johnson, and it will stay on this end as Dylan Casto now will come in for the Vikings.
And Parkersburg, Brian, they are jumping into play. I mean, they are really using their strength and girth to move the Vikings out there. And guys have standing strong thus far.
We don't have a 55 on our roster, but there's a 55 in the game, Jeff. Dylan Casto comes in for Kate Good out of the ball game. Shot up and in. Fleming.
It looks ugly, but it goes in. He made a free throw, and then that knocks down that three.
Casto all the way to the basket, off to Anderson. Head fake. He's going to be fouled. He'll get to the line. Vikings lead it 8-7. And that foul is going to be on 55, the unnamed Parkersburg Big Red. We'll try to get that name for you here in a moment as Brady Anderson toes the line. First one up and no good.
Got to knock these free throws down. We can't have a game against this team in which we don't convert when we get these opportunities, Brian.
Virgil Myers back in for Isaiah Casto as the second free throw up and in. 9-7 the Vikings lead it. 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Cyrus with it, left wing. Looking to go to work on Hedrick. Left-hand dribble. Fleming in the far corner. Luke Johnson, good closeout defense to keep him from firing the three. Parsons will drive to the basket. Euro step. No good. Rebounded by Dylan.
Good job by Dylan going in there and fighting for that rebound.
Transition. Gets run over from behind, no call. Lays it off for Anderson. Shot too strong.
Needed to shoot the first one. He was wide open at the foul line. Took the dribble, got into traffic, and shot a contested shot.
Cyrus bulls his way to the basket and gives the Big Reds two more, and we're tied at 9. Virgil, nice crossover in the backcourt. Off to Johnson at the foul line. Back to Hedrick. Hedrick goes to work on Rodriguez. Anderson left of the circle, trying to get it to Johnson. Now cross-court right wing to Myers. Back to Anderson. Throw the lob down to Johnson. A foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Fleming. That'll be his second.
Yeah, he was doing everything he could. The whole push, do whatever. I mean, he's undersized in there against Johnson. You can't blame him. But he does pick up the foul call. 55 now is doing the chest-up bump.
Brady out, Isaiah back in. Official comes in and puts an end to that. 2:07 to go here in the first quarter. Tied at 9. Johnson with it, left of the circle, off the inbounds. Tries to hand it off to Isaiah, and Parsons playing the passing lane, picks the pocket. Here he comes back the other way, off to Rodriguez. Deep three, good.
He's a nice player. We've seen that young man before. He's got good handles. He can shoot it very quick.
First lead of the night for the Big Reds, 12-9. Dylan Casto, far corner three, too strong. Rebounded by 55. Here comes Rodriguez. Baseline jumper, fadeaway, too strong. Rebounded by Isaiah. He's got very nifty with the basketball. Vikings back the other way, trailing by 3. Myers near corner, down the block to Johnson. Spin move in the paint, floater, no good. Rebounded by Stanley.
Luke, 55 is just doing nothing but just banging on him.
Here's Parsons, left-hander, another drive to the basket. A wild shot tipped out of there, and it will stay with Parkersburg. Luke will come out of the ball game. 55 out as well, Jeff.
And you're right, Brian. I mean, Parkersburg just came in, and they're just playing almost like a street game. Just thugging it in there against us.
Good back in. Johnson out. Brady Anderson back in. Hedrick out. 3 no good by Rodriguez. Rebounded by Wilson, and good deflects it out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think Cade knew that we had got a hand on that ball. He might have had an opportunity, but he lets it go. Smart play, though, not to try to save it underneath their basket. 42 seconds, Brian. We trail by 3, 12-9.
Rodriguez inbounds to Wilson. Rodriguez ran off the 3 line. Now he's going to scoot to his left and fire one, and it's an air ball. Dylan Casto pulls down the rebound. It's 2 boards for him here in the early going. Isaiah be double teamed, cut off by Wilson. He'll drive it into the paint. Good. Gets it. Here's a hard drive to the basket. Floater won't go. Anderson putback won't go. Second attempt up and in.
That's just a good job by the big man. Luke was out of there on the bench getting a little breather, and Brady goes in there and takes care of business.
Vikings trail 12 to 11 here. 5 seconds. Rodriguez. 3 seconds. Myers on him. Shot in the corner from Cyrus. No good. And the Vikings trail by a point as they go to the second period of action here at the Health Center. More Viking basketball after this on C98, the Bull.
Second quarter action about to begin. Johnson, Isaiah Casto, Virgil Myers, Brady Anderson, Cade Good for the Vikings, Quavon Cyrus, Austin.
And Nathan Rodriguez, starters back on the floor for Parkersburg as well as we begin the second quarter of action. Fleming has it, right wing. Between the legs dribble. Anderson guards him. Dribble handoff to Rodriguez. We'll bring it out near the time stripe. Now left side to Parsons. Lefty puts it on the deck. Hard drive to the basket. Too strong. Late whistle. He's going to the line.
It's going to be on Cade Good.
It's his first, team's fourth. Got a lot of lefties on this team, don't they?
Yeah, and, Parsons out on the perimeter. Once he gets a dribble drive going, he's pretty strong going in there, partner.
Shooting free throws right. He looked lefty the way he took the ball to the basket, so obviously strong with both hands as he makes the first free throw. Second one up and in. 14-11, Parkersburg leads it. Good. Trapped in the backcourt. He's going to have to hurry. Look ahead. Johnson with it. Vikings have numbers. He'll shoot a 3 in transition. Too strong. Brady Anderson tracks down the rebound. Off to Good. Now Myers with it. Now Good will shoot a 3 near corner.
Got it!
Cade Good.
Right back in at 14-all, partner. Gotta love it.
Shot for Cade Good as he cans the 3. Now, strong take to the basket again, Parsons, and they're going to call him for a travel.
Yeah, we had him either way. If they didn't call the walk, man, he give a forearm shimmer that a linebacker would be proud of.
There's the pass ahead. Myers. Vikings break the pressure off to Isaiah. Cyrus guarding him. Cyrus forcing him to his right. Isaiah very strong to his left, as we know. Looking for somewhere to go with it, off to Good. Top circle, back to Casto, right wing. 6:30 to go, 14-14 here in the first half. Isaiah, strong take to the basket. Good, another three near corner.
Got it!
Cade Good, feeling it now. 17-14, the Vikings lead it. Give Cade 7.
All within the flow of the game, buddy. That just a sweet possession, and Cade drilled it.
The ability to get into the paint by short Casto. Fleming's three no good. Luke rebounds it. Vikings, chance to add to their lead as Isaiah into the front court. Off to Anderson. Spin move in the paint. Left-hand finish. 5-point Viking lead. Timeout.
They want a timeout, baby.
Coach Chrislip wants 30 full timeout, they'll call it. Jeff, let's take 1-2. 5:53 to go. First half. 19-14. Vikings lead it. More after this. The Vikings on an 8-0 run here, Jeff. They were down 14-11, now lead at 19-14. Parsons gets to the elbow, loses it off his knee, out of bounds.
He loves that chicken wing. He's pushing off. Look at Coach Mullins over there. He's asking him. He said, you got to call that.
They could have called a foul on Cade, but I think they realized that it was a foul on him to begin with. So they just called it out of bounds. No harm, no foul. So Wilson will check in for Parsons. Myers triggers it in the backcourt. Isaiah bringing it across the timeline. Cyrus pounding him into the front court. Off to Anderson. Down the block to Luke. Power dribble. Shot up. Good.
He's got such a soft touch in there, Brown. Just lays it up there on that rim and it crawls in.
10-0 run for the Vikings. They lead it by 7. Here's Stanley. Near corner. In a little bit of trouble. Dribbles out of it. Cross court to Wilson. Now off to Rodriguez. In the far corner to Cyrus. Hard baseline drive. Can't finish. Fleming putback. Won't go. And Fleming gets another one and puts it back. Vikings just getting crushed on the offensive glass, Jeff. Casey Stanley picks up his first, and he'll check out of the ball game.
16 foul on the Big Red, so the Vikings will be in the bonus from here on out.
Andrew Stoniker checks in for Stanley. 21-16, Vikings lead it. Anderson steps into a long two. Too strong. Fleming with the rebound. Looks like a tight end or a fullback. He is an impressive-looking kid. Shot from Stoniker in the corner. No good.
Vikings out on the run. Here comes Verge.
Verge all the way to the basket. He knew that was coming. Yeah. Charge call. Rodriguez was set up too far into the basket. But, Jeff, you got to try it because they love to call it.
Yep, without a doubt. Verge, we saw it last night in the girls' game. You know, it's not bad to have a little mid-range game and pull up at that white line and shoot a 3-footer every now and then.
How good were the girls last night, Jeff? They played
phenomenal.
Some of the best basketball I've seen a Coach Kennedy team play. They looked the part of a Civic Center team in March last night. Hopefully they can keep that going.
And nobody wanted to say anything, but that Nitro team was ranked second in the state going into that game.
That was a good basketball team. They dismantled by 25 points. It's Rodriguez back to Fleming. Now Stoniker, right wing, down the block to Cyrus. Size advantage on Good. Takes it up strong. Can't connect. Luke with the rebound.
Good job by Luke. He just went over top of Brady that time and grabbed that one.
Isaiah into the front court. Off to Johnson at the free throw line. Strong move. Spin. Floater. Good.
How pretty was that?
Beautiful.
Got himself under control, gathered himself, and laid it up softly.
23-16, 7-point Viking advantage. Rodriguez off to Stoniker. He drives into the paint. Floater. Banks it in. Banks,
he didn't call it.
Banks open in Ripley tonight. 23-18. Parkersburg back to within 5. 3:25 to go here in the half. Fleming looking to steal. Johnson goes and gets it. Now Hedrick passes down the block. Johnson, flush!
You could see that coming, couldn't you, partner?
The big fella sends it home. 25-18, 3:05 to go first half. Rodriguez to Fleming, right wing. Puts his head down, passes in the corner to Wilson. Off to Cyrus, now back out top to Stoniker.
This team, the Big Reds have on the floor right now, Brian, without Rodriguez having the ball in his hands, they're a little shaky.
Fleming, hard take to the basket, and Luke's going to be called for a touch foul. He was completely out of control. Luke should have just let him go. He's going to be whistled for the foul.
He would have had to throw that thing straight up and straight down for it to go in, and he was in no position to do that.
So that's 2 on the big fella. Dylan Casto will check in after this free throw, and Austin Fleming to the line.
2:43, Brian, left in the first half, and yeah, good job. Get him out of there. Let's see if the team can handle this 25-18 lead with Luke on the bench and not pick up that third foul.
Parsons back in for Wilson for the Big Reds. 25-18, 2:43 to go first half.
Watch this box out between Parsons and Brady underneath.
Didn't need it. Free throw up and in.
And Brady had him. He had him sealed.
A.J. Ellis, number 55. Inbounds to Isaiah. And Isaiah will bring it across the timeline, but Casey Stanley draped on him. And he'll take it right to the basket and lay it in. Nice play by Isaiah. So Cyrus out of the ball game. Now Rodriguez has it. Hedrick guarding him. Spin move. Nice pass in the corner. Parsons runs over top of Hedrick and picks up the charge. And that's a great play by Hedrick. And he took the brunt of that one. That's a big physical athlete that just ran through his chest. And that will be team foul number 7. Player control foul, though, so the Vikings will not be shooting free throws.
Hedrick has been guarding Rodriguez and doing a good job on him.
Brady gets away with a moving screen there. We're letting them play a little bit, Jeff. Dylan Casto with it. Back cross court to Isaiah Casto, left of the circle. 1:50 to go. Anderson sets another screen on Stanley. Now Dylan Casto back to Isaiah. Isaiah clearing them out. 140. 27-19. Vikings lead it. Isaiah off to Dylan. Passes in the corner to Cade. Cade back to Dylan. Thought about a 3, and they're calling for
Gotta shoot it. Gotta fire it. You just gotta keep shooting it, buddy. Hesitation.
He's got to get one to fall. His confidence will.
You're right.
He is such a good shooter. It's a matter of time before he gets going. Here's Stoniker off to Ellis. Ellis back to Parsons. 115. Parsons, a forced three. No good. Rebounded by Stanley. Puts it back up. Can't connect. Ellis, put back up and in. Too many opportunities.
Yeah, the lack of size. We've got basically 4 guards out there, and Brady.
27-21. Ball's loose. Ball tipped into the backcourt by Stoniker. Isaiah has it. Coach Mullins takes a smart timeout with 52.6 to go. Cyrus and Johnson will check in at a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here, Jeff.
Wow, this is exhausting. I'm telling you, these guys are up and down, Brian, and it's just very intense out there. Every possession closely guarded. A lot, as you said, of letting them play. A very physical ball game.
You can really see Coach Crystal's influence on this team. They play like he did, very much in your face, very aggressive, and very confident in what they're trying to do with the basketball. So
yeah, you wouldn't think a Parkersburg South guy could get a Parkersburg Big Red to play like that, could you?
Well, I guess when you pull the weight that guy pulls, you can certainly expect it. He was a fantastic player, and he's a good coach as well, Jeff. I've been really impressed with the job he's done.
Pretty good bloodline up there with Joey and the rest of the brothers.
Yeah, they know a little basketball. There's Isaiah Casto. He's going to be trapped in the backcourt, and Stoniker, a silly foul. That's going to put Isaiah at the free throw line. That's his first, team's 8th. So they're going to go offense, defense. Luke out, Brady back in. You hate to see that foul if you're Coach Crislow. 50 feet from the basket with 46 seconds to go in the half. Free throw, no good. Ellis with the rebound. Vikings just really not sharp from the line most of this year. They've really struggled. Stoniker to Stanley. Stanley top circle, back to Rodriguez. Good closeout by Dylan Casto. Gets a screen, elbow jumper, short. Brady Anderson can't track it down. Rodriguez is on the end line, and it'll be Viking basketball.
And Brady was the only one going on after that, but they were in a precarious position over there on that sideline, and they lose it out of bounds.
So the Vikings have it for the final shot, 22 seconds. Clock turning. Isaiah across the timeline. Left-hand dribble, gets a screen from Luke. Now Luke top circle. Back to Isaiah, 12 seconds. 27-21, Vikings lead it. Cyrus all over Isaiah, 5 seconds. Hedrick, left-hand dribble against Stanley, 2 seconds. They're going to have to hurry. Head and shoulder stake, floater from Brady, no good. And not a great possession in the half for the Vikings, but they take a 6-point lead into the break as they lead it here at the Health Center, 27-21. We'll return to the Johnson Insurance Agency halftime report after this on C98, The Bull.
take a lot of pressure off yourself. If you make the early ones, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in at the end of the game to where you have to make a free throw. So, you know, we have struggled. You know, I go back to the Marietta game. I mean, I hope I never see anything like that again. The Vikings missed 19 free throws in that game. Not probably going to shoot that many in this game, but we've got to knock them down, partner.
You know, shooting has been the issue all season long, Jeff, and the Vikings 40% from behind the arc tonight. Only 5 attempts. They've made 2 of those, but still shooting 31% from behind the arc. They have to. That number has to rise up into the mid-30s, upper 30s, near 40 for this team, I believe, to be able to get to the Civic Center in March. They have to make shots. And in that first half, Cade made a couple. We had some open looks, opportunities. We weren't able to knock them down. Our shooters have to get their confidence. I don't know how we do that. You know more about this game than I do, but somehow or another, we've got to get some confidence in the Dylan Castos and the Cade Goods and the guys that we depend on to knock those shots down.
You're 100% right, especially Dylan. We got to find a way to get that young man going. He is too good a shooter, has been over the years, to not be knocking down open looks. And I don't know, Brian. You know, we need him. We need him against teams like this. He's got to come in there and give us good minutes, and he's got to score. And hopefully he'll find that trigger mechanism, whatever that is, and just go on a tirade of shooting the ball, I hope.
I think it's going to happen eventually. You just don't know when, and hopefully here in the second half will be that time as Parkersburg back out on the floor. And Jeff, they're as advertised. They're big, strong, physical. They don't necessarily shoot it that well, but they play like a football team. They get in there, they attack the glass. They're going to physical you up. They have plenty of guys that they can burn foul after foul. They're not concerned about foul trouble. And then they're going to come out great guns here in the second half. They're going to be ready to go, and they're going to turn the heat up.
Yeah, and you know, Parkersburg South are noted as wrestling team. I think this basketball team could get on the mats with some of them and give them a challenge if they know anything at all about wrestling. But they are big and strong, as you said, Brian. Quick. Rodriguez is as good as advertised. He can handle it. He can shoot it. Not as good on the dribble, especially if you push him to his left. But he really makes things go out there for this Big Red team. And then they just attack the rim on every shot and contest every rebound.
All right, Jeff, we'll step out. Second half action after this. 27-21, the Vikings lead it. More Viking basketball after the break right here on C98, The Roll. play out of the break. Can't connect. And then Stanley on the other end cans a three. And just like that, it's a three-point game as the Vikings turn it over. Here comes Fleming with it in the corner to Cyrus. Takes it up, 1-point game. Great answer here by Parkersburg.
They came out on all cylinders. We got a good look with Luke initially in this quarter.
27-26. Luke has it again. Left-hand shot, too strong. Good with the rebound. He's going to be fouled. Good hustle from Cade Good to get the offensive rebound.
Going to be on Parsons? Nope. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is on Parsons. That'll be his second. So Good to the line. He has 7 here tonight. Shot up, good. Vikings back out by a deuce. 28-26. 7:15 to go here in the third. The junior back to the line for the second. Short. Stanley pulls down the rebound. Almost lost it out of bounds. Parkersburg with a chance to tie it or take the lead on this possession. Stanley cross court to Parsons. He'll shoot a deep three. Got it. In rhythm. Back out in front. Parkersburg by a point. Myers into the front court. Off to Johnson. Off to Anderson. Lays it up. Beautiful offense by the Vikings.
About to say Parsons got good range out there, but I like that range real good with Brady Anderson as he drives it hard and sticks it in. Good pass by Johnson.
I really like that set, Jeff, in transition. The quick push. Here's Rodriguez's three. That's no good. Luke rebounds it.
Here comes Isaiah on the fly.
He thought Cade was going to the corner, and fortunate for him, it was deflected out of bounds by Parsons. No inbound at Isaiah. To Good. Right wing three. No good. Cyrus with the rebound.
He was open initially, but they recovered quickly. Got a hand up on that three.
Here's Parsons, another three. That one's off the mark. Isaiah rebounds it. They shoot it. They really shoot it in rhythm, Jeff. There's no hesitation to them when they get the ball on the perimeter.
And Isaiah is such a good
great
rebounder for his size.
Isaiah with a finish in traffic. 32-21. Vikings back out by 3. 4-0 run to grab the lead back. There's Cyrus, left wing. Back to Fleming to Rodriguez. Back to Fleming, left of the circle. Head and shoulders fake. Into the paint. Wild scoop shot. Gets it to go somehow, some way. Wow, what a shot.
Sure was. Athletic move.
Here's Good into the front court. Back to Isaiah. Back to Good near corner. Down the block to Luke, and Cyrus is going to be called for and over the back. It'll be his first, team second.
Substitution for the Big Reds, number 10, Phillip Wilson, back into the ball game along with Andrew Stonecker, number 20.
5:22 to go. Here in the third, Vikings by 1, and they get an easy bucket off the inbounds. A beautiful recognition and a good play design. The Vikings back out 34-31. Here's Parsons to Wilson, left corner. Back to Fleming. He'll shoot a three. Got it. Tie ball game.
They just keep coming at you.
Vikings now back into the front court. Here's Luke. Left-hand shot. Can't go. Too strong. Fleming pulls down the rebound. Come the Big Reds. Fleming has his shot blocked, and Isaiah's going to be called for the foul. Fleming's going to the line.
I think that was a little anticipation. I don't think they realized the quickness and the jumping ability of Isaiah Castro there, and they anticipated him not being able to make that play, and he did.
Fleming leading all scorers with 14. He'll go to the line for 2. In and out.
That side spin on the ball, I mean, he's been shooting it good from the perimeter, but man, there's nothing about the way he releases that basketball that you would teach somebody else to do, but you can tell he's done it quite a few years out there, Brian.
Second one on the way. Got it. 1-point lead for the Big Reds. 35-34. 4:42 to go, third period. Myers.
Vikings got to look ahead.
Now Myers into the front court quickly off to Anderson. Ball fumbled out of bounds, but luckily for the Vikings, into the hands of David Parsons, who was standing on the end line.
I think Verge had his mind made up. He was going to get to the his feet in the paint and find Brady, and Brady wasn't really ready for that one.
Inbounds. Rodriguez nearly steals it. Luke pulls it down. Myers will reset the offense. He gets it back into the hands of Isaiah. They're trying to force it down the block to Luke, and he gets it up and in.
And I love it when he catches it high. He keeps it high, and he does that quick drop step up to the rim.
Vikings back on top, 36-35. Rodriguez to Stoniker. Stoniker to Fleming. Tough shot, no good. Into the hands of Luke Johnson. Here come the Vikings. Quick throw ahead to Good. Baseline drive, floater, got it.
Wow. What a move by Cade.
He's in double figures. Vikings by 3. 38-35. Ellis and Cyrus will check in next dead ball. Parsons in rhythm, 3, no good. Anderson boards it. Vikings looking to add to their lead. Good. With it in the front court, near sideline. 3:35 to go, third period. Skip pass. Myers. Far corner 3.
Got it!
Virgil cans at 3. And the Vikings back out by 6. Rodriguez into the front court. Left-hand dribble. Guarded by Myers. 3:20 to go. Anderson with a steal. Great defense by the big fella. Playing the passing lane. The Vikings look to add to their lead. As Good is going to be called for a double dribble.
That?
Good question.
The official, there's no way he had a view of that. His back was turned, and he says he dribbled it off his thigh.
Cade shows no emotion. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 41-35.
Wow.
The Vikings lead it. And this has been as advertised.
It's entertaining. I mean, we're going to pull all we can for the blue and white, but I'm telling you what, this it's like punch counter punch in a boxing match, and we're going to see who's left standing.
I tell you who I would not want to play in the postseason: Parkersburg.
Oh yeah.
That 2-7 record does not tell the story of this basketball team.
No,
they are very good.
And Coach Chrislop is not going to back down from anyone. They played some really tough competition throughout the year, and they will continue to do that because they're Parkersburg and the tradition that they have up there. But this Viking basketball team is up for the challenge here tonight. As you said, Ryan, 41-35, 3:10 to go here in the third period of play.
Chess match continues between these two coaching staffs. .310 left in the third. As you mentioned, 41-35, and it's a 14-14 quarter here in the third.
Good play by the Vikings over there to have a little water on the floor. Gives you a little extra breather in this timeout.
Extend the break a good 30 or 45 seconds, and now they're going to bring teams to their sideline.
And the trainer has the towels. He's got the good dry towels, and he'll get out there and get it. We do not want somebody coming down and hitting a wet spot. Man, you can blow a knee. You can do a whole lot of different things. Luke Parsons coming over. He's got a bevy of towels.
You got to do what you got to do to keep the kids safe, no question about it. So, good piece of officiating there by these three officials. 41-35, again, the score. Casey Stanley will inbounds on the far side. Three-quarter court, inbounds it to Rodriguez with no opposition. He'll bring it into the front court. Couple of screens. He'll shoot it tough, too. Got it. Wow.
Set play out of the timeout as Coach Chrislop runs the double screen, as you said. Rodriguez came across unscathed.
41-37, Cyrus guarding Isaiah tight. Off to Anderson, or Johnson, excuse me, and he's going to be fouled by Ellis. And Ellis cannot stay with Luke when Luke puts the basketball on the deck. So they spread it out and allowed Luke to work. Ellis is going to struggle to defend him.
I was just getting ready to say that's a mismatch, Brian. You called it, and Luke has the advantage. Now we got to make foul shots.
Now in the paint, different story. Ellis, a big, strong kid, and Luke has been rooted out of the block by him all evening. But I like him from that foul line in as Luke makes the first. Second one up and in. He has 17. Vikings lead it by 6. Rodriguez into the front court. Gibbs off to Stanley on the dribble drive. To Wilson, near side to Cyrus.
Vikings in a 2-3 zone now, Brian, changing it up a little bit.
Rodriguez to Cyrus. Not really even looking for his shot. He had a shot, passed it up. Now he'll drive it into the paint. Goes to work against Luke, and Strong lays it up and in.
He's a jumping jack. I saw him in warm-ups, and he was way above the rim. Plays the point guard position, but he's very athletic.
43-39. Taps it into the backcourt. Isaiah tracks it down. Isaiah gets the screen. Now hands it off to Virgil. Virgil into the paint. Hesitation drive. Shot up, no good. Rebounded. Quick throw ahead. Cyrus, wide open, lays it up and in.
And everybody was underneath the basket for the Vikings, and nobody got back.
Here comes Dylan Castro to check in. 43-41. Parkersburg. Cut it to 2. Brady will shoot a 3. No good. Into the hands of Wilson. Not, I think, what anyone wanted at that moment. Rodriguez, tough drive, lays it off for Ellis. No good. Johnson with the rebound.
Had Cade on a run out, just didn't see him.
Myers into the front court. Top circle.
Got a mismatch down inside if we take advantage of it.
Pass off to Isaiah. 108. Now Isaiah cross court to Luke. Now to Myers. Myers to Anderson. Down to Luke off the curl. Lays it up and in. He was fouled. No call. And a timeout will be whistled with 57.8 to go here in the quarter. Full timeout. 4-point Viking lead. Let's take 1-2. More basketball after this on T98 The Bolt. To go. Parkersburg will have it. Trailing 45-41 here at the end of the third period. Vikings need to play, you said it in the break, they need to play some staunch defense right here. They need a stop, Jeff.
Yeah, 4-point lead would be good going into the final quarter, but a 6 or 7 would be better. So let's see if we can get a stop here.
Rodriguez into the front court. Left-hand dribble, angling near side. Off to Parsons. Parsons in the corner. 3 from Stanley. Blocked. Put back by Fleming.
Gotta watch the ball. We got caught looking up at the rim. It fell short and nobody was there.
Going to trouble for good, and he's going to be fouled. A hold is going to be called with 32.3 to go.
4th team foul on the Big Reds.
It's on 25. Rodriguez, his second. Cyrus will check in for him.
Only 1 team foul for the Vikings here thus far.
45-43 rather. Vikings can hold for the final shot if they so choose. Back to Isaiah. Isaiah gets a screen from Luke. And foul on Ellis. Going to be called for the knee. As I think they cracked knees right there. Ellis may have got the worst of that one. His third foul.
And, Brian, what happens here, look, it's 5 team fouls to 1 now. We still got another quarter to play. The Vikings could get this to where they could get into the bonus very quickly in that
Is that
fourth
a good
period.
thing, though, Jeff?
Well,
here's
should
Anderson
be.
to Dylan Casto, left wing. Back to Anderson, 10 seconds. Luke with it, right in the circle. 7 seconds. Cade, right wing, 5, 3. Vikings are going to have to hurry. Dylan, 3. Vikings are going to have to hurry. Isaiah, floating 3.
Got it!
Wow! Three-pointer that was a line drive. Jeff hits the front of the rim, bounces up in the air, and rolls over the front of the rim, and the Vikings take a much-needed boost into the fourth period, leading it by 5, 48-43. Fourth quarter action after this, right here on C98, The Bull. Welcome back to the Health Center. Big boost for the Vikings as we begin the fourth period with a 5-point lead, and the Big Reds will have it coming to our left. Fleming set play up and in.
Strong kid.
Jeff, they've been so good out of quarters with these set plays. Back to a 3-point game. Isaiah, strong take, lays it up and in. They don't stop the basketball, and Isaiah makes him pay as he all of a sudden has 9, 50, 45. The Vikings back out on top.
Good job on the press break. Luke found Isaiah on the fly, and nobody stopped him.
Rodriguez cut off. In the corner, they go to Stanley. Good closeout defense from Dylan Casto. They give it back to Rodriguez. Crossover. Between the legs dribble. Contested shot. Wow. Nathan Rodriguez. He can score it, Jeff. 50-47.
Just tip your hat to him on that.
Stanley riding Isaiah all the way up the court. No call. Back to Cade. Back to Isaiah. Right of the circle. Giving Isaiah the right hand. He had it. Now he throws it into the backcourt. Should have taken it all the way to the basket and talked himself out of it. Now turnover on the Vikings.
Isaiah was looking for Brady to pop out. Brady was going the other way, and nobody back there. And thank goodness Parkersburg wasn't close to get a run out.
50-47, chance to tie it with a 3 if you're Parkersburg. Rodriguez to Cyrus.
He walked
all the way to the basket. Shot up, bailed out with a foul call. Who will that be on? It's going to be on Luke. Wow, that's his third. I thought if anybody, maybe it was on Cade.
I'd like to see the instant replay on that one, partner. They say he hit him in the head.
Davon Cyrus, free throw up and in. Virgil into the ball game. .6:39 to go. Chance to make it a 1-point game. Up and in. He has 11 now, does Cyrus. 50-49, the Vikings lead it. Vikings are 3-0 in tight games, couple of overtime wins, and a last-second tip-in against Ravenswood. So they're used to being in this position. Back to Isaiah. Now cross court to Good. It'll get a screen from Luke. Parsons gets away with a foul, no call. Back to Isaiah. Stanley guarding him. Isaiah, the blow by. Shot blocked. Rebounded by Virgil. Back to Anderson. Layup good.
And the block really cleared a path for Brady after Virgil retrieved it. So a little fortunate there, but we'll take it.
Fantastic block by David Parsons, I believe. 3-point lead, Vikings. Here's Fleming, chicken wing, left-hand shot, good. Wow. Strong move. He got away with the offensive foul. Back to a 1-point game. Not a foul if they don't call it, right, Jeff?
Nope, you're right, buddy.
Here's Anderson, short corner, double team, tries to throw it to Johnson, nearly throws it away into the hands of Good. Good down on the block and throws it away. Stolen by Parsons. And here comes Cyrus, drive to the basket. And they're going to say...
Has to be a charge.
What was the call? I haven't seen it yet. Offensive foul charge. They wipe out the basket.
Wow.
Big break for the Vikings. Good play there.
We couldn't see it. We were blocked out. But was it Isaiah that stood in there and took that hit?
I'm not sure, my friend. I was blocked out, as you mentioned. Vikings, Johnson in transition. Shot up in. Good look from Cade Good as the Vikings back out by 3. What a ball game we got going here at the Health Center. Cyrus off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez will reset. 5 minutes to go in this one. Crossover. Off to Cyrus. Baseline drive. Cut off by Luke. Loses it. Stolen by Isaiah. Here come the Vikings.
See if the Vikings can get a good shot here on this possession.
Good to Anderson.
That's a pretty good one.
Pretty good flop from Rodriguez. And Brady gets the bucket. And timeout by Coach Chrislett. Vikings back out by 5 with 4:45 to go in the game. 30-second timeout. Jeff, let's keep it here. What a ball game we have.
I think everybody's having fun. The official just came over and give me a little smile. I know who he is, and I wouldn't call it out. I'm telling you what, it's fun to watch.
All night long, it's been punch, counter punch by both of these teams, like a heavyweight fight. I've been really impressed with the answer and the fight of both of these teams. They just will not go away.
No, and the Vikings have got a couple stops and been very good on the offensive end, getting the ball down into the low post with Luke and Brady and extending this. It was one at 52-51, and 2 consecutive baskets by the big guys get us back out to this 5-point lead with 4:45 to go here in the 4th period.
What a ball game. Rodriguez into the front court to Stanley, right wing. Off to Fleming, right in the circle. Back to Rodriguez. 3. In and out. Vikings dodge a bullet as Coach Chrislett came out of his shoes that time. He thought it was in, and it looked good from where we were. 56-51. Isaiah to Cade. Off to Anderson to cut to the basket, up and in. Good pass from Cade Good. 7-point Viking lead. 4:15 to go in the ball game. Cyrus and Parsons will check in next dead ball. Rodriguez, strong take to the basket. Goodness, he is a scoring machine. 58-53. Here comes Virgil into the front court.
We just need to take our time, run our offense.
We have a 5-point lead, so no need to be in a hurry. Stoniker guarding Isaiah. Off to Anderson. Now Good. Down the block.
Can't throw that one.
Fleming.
Got to throw it to the block and let the big man go get it.
Fleming playing like a strong safety there. Comes across and steals that one. So Wilson to Rodriguez. Baseline drive. Up and under. Good.
He's just a player.
He can flat score. 58-55.
Let's slow it down, run our offense.
Here's Isaiah into the front court. Lays it off. Shot up and in. Baseline by Brady Anderson.
Ripley wants a timeout, partner.
60-55 full timeout Vikings. Jeff, we need one too. Vikings lead it. 3:15 remaining. More basketball after this on C98. The Ball. 60-55, the Vikings lead it. 3:10 to go in the ball game. Clock turning. Rodriguez into the front court to our left. Baseline shot, no good. Brady Anderson boards it. Brady was 17 tonight.
We got what we wanted on the defensive end. Now let's see if we can get it on the offensive end.
Good, back to Isaiah, right wing. 250, has his pocket picked. Cyrus with a great defensive play. Left-hand layup, good. 3-point game, 60-57, the throw ahead. Isaiah throws it away again. Got lost in transition. Cyrus with another steal. Lays it off for Fleming. Ball deflected out of bounds by Good. Good defense by Cade. It'll stay with Parkersburg, and the Vikings back-to-back possessions with turnovers.
2 non-typical turnovers by the Viking senior point guard, but he'll do that, and then he'll get you one back here.
Got going a little too fast in that previous possession. Cyrus just a great athlete. You can't dangle the ball in front of him. He's going to take it away from you. Virgil nearly with a steal. Rodriguez all the way to the basket. Take no good. Strong rebound by Luke. Comes Virgil into the front court, as you said, easing into the front court. Now Good with it. 2 minutes. And Parsons is going to be called for the foul.
Wow.
And that's 7, Jeff. The Vikings are going to be shooting free throws. Tough to make that pass, and we just continue to try to make that pass when it's not there. Parsons picks up his 3rd.
Here we go at the foul line, Porter. 1-and-1. Big guy.
Got to make the shots. Rolls the first one
wow.
up and in.
He's
22.
got such a soft touch to be so big. We saw it on the inside. Now we see it from the foul line.
22
big bucket
for
there.
the big man. Makes them both. 5-point Viking lead.
Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Here's Rodriguez.
That's their go-to guy. You just got to deny him the ball back if you can.
Parsons drives. Fleming up and under. Lays it in. Coach Crystal, that is. Quick timeout with 1:48 to go here in the ball game. We'll keep it here, Jeff. It's a 62-59 ball game. Vikings have it. Possessions become crucial. Vikings have to make free throws if they want to close this ball game out.
And here we go, Brian. We're going to have the ball up 3. We can go down, and I'm sure Coach Mullins has got something in mind to come down here and run some clock. Not necessarily stall with 1:48 to go, but we got to get either to the foul line or get an easy bucket. We can extend this thing to 5 points with only 2 team fouls. We can let them dribble it down 10 seconds and foul them if we run enough clock off on this possession. First thing we got to do is break their pressure, because Coach Crystal's going to come out with something up his sleeve to try to get a turnover.
We've done a good job on the offensive glass in the second half. They only have 1 offensive rebound here in the second half. They had 12 at the break, and they have 28 rebounds, Jeff, to the Vikings 27. So they're +1 on the glass here this evening, and the Vikings shooting it 4 of 9 from behind the arc, 44%, and 25 of 46 overall, 54%. So a good night shooting from the floor for the Vikings.
Look, they got a spy in Rodriguez. Now they're going to back off as Parsons was up front. Watch for the trap.
Vikings do not need to hurry as they get in the front court. It's Isaiah back to Luke. Luke pulls up, short one, gets to the rebound, put back on go. Second attempt up and in.
Boy, what an effort by the big guy. Now we got to get a stop.
What a play by the big man, and it's back to a 5-point Viking lead, 2-possession game. 1:25 to go. Cyrus with it. Off to Rodriguez. Back to Parsons, top circle. Crossover into the paint. And a foul is going to be called. Luke had him D'd up. Looked like he was going to block that shot, and it's going to be a foul on Cade Good from behind. And they're going to say, Viking coach is saying he was passing it. They're going to let him shoot it here. That's not a popular call here at the Health Center.
5-point
Viking lead.
Whoa.
First one off the back of the iron.
Now we got to rebound it. We got to box out, especially boxing out the shooters. Isaiah saying, who you got? To Cade Good, and one of them's got to get the shooter.
Parsons second. Too strong. Good block out.
Brady.
By Brady Anderson. 5-point Viking lead remains. 110. Back tap. Isaiah loses it. Now he's going to be called for the foul.
And that's okay. That's not a shooting foul.
No run out. They also didn't get a run out layup with 1:08 to go.
And we just got to lock down defense here, make them run some clock.
12th turnover of the ball game for the Vikings.
5-point lead.
And
Get out on shooters. There's
Cade
steal.
Playing the passing lane. Comes up with the steal. End to end. Lays it up and in. And one. Cade takes a hard fall. He's still down. Hopefully he's okay. And he is as he pops up. What a play. That could be an intentional. No intentional. They're just saying a common foul.
And the Viking fans are letting them know it.
As they should. What a play.
The referee's going over and talking to Parsons.
By the junior.
So 7-point lead. Cade going to the free throw line.
That's a 2-shot. They're calling it a 2-shot foul?
Are they intentional?
Must be. 66-59, and Cade makes the
What
first.
a play by Good, Brody.
Nope, 1 shot. 8-point Viking lead. There's Rodriguez in transition. Too strong. Rebound by Cyrus. He'll shoot it near corner. No good. Isaiah boards it. Here he comes
the Vikings.
quickly the other way. Vikings have numbers off the glass.
Oh, my goodness! Exclamation point!
Wow! Off the glass. Big man sends it home. And the Viking fans are off their seats, leading it by 10. 3 in the corner, no good. Isaiah boards it. This place has erupted. 69-59. Vikings headed to 9-0.
That even brought a smile to the face of head coach Derek Mullins. How did Isaiah see him coming?
They've been doing that.
Oh, my goodness.
Clearly. That's something they've worked on. And Isaiah buries the free throw, and he's into double figures. The 7-footer getting down the floor. Parkersburg a little stunned right now, Jeff.
Yeah, Brady went by, and Parsons and he are exchanging Christmas cards, I think, and Parsons complained to the official, but here's Coach Chrislip and Coach Mullins doing a good job. Both of them get those guys off the floor. That's good coaching right there. We don't need anything going on here with 21 seconds left that may cost either one of these young men a game.
Brady misses the free throw, gets the rebound. They're going to say he was over the end line.
And that's all right, 11-point lead.
That's all right. It helps his free throw percentage, right? That one didn't count. 70-59. 22-16 period for the Vikings. Comes Rodriguez, 17 seconds. Cyrus in the corner to Fleming. Fleming will shoot a 3. Got it. 10 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Were you shocked that it took them so long? I mean, they wanted to shoot it all night, and then all of a sudden they 3 passes. They're down. They were down 11.
70-62, an 8-point Viking lead with 9.8 to go, and the Parkersburg section is shocked by what they saw. They're not used to seeing this when they come to Ripley. This is not your grandfather's Viking basketball team, Jeff.
Nope, and the Vikings looking to keep that undefeated record intact here tonight at the Health Center.
Barring a monumental collapse, they're going to get to 9-0. Coach Chrislop's team is going to fall to 2-8, but again, this is not a 2-8 basketball team.
No, and I'm the Parkersburg kids are talking about that slam dunk. They're out here. They're just talking and grinning. I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
There goes the
Viking student section, letting the Parkersburg side hear it a bit. 70-62. Isaiah will inbound under his own basket. And it's stolen. Stoniker, 3. Too strong. Isaiah with the rebound. And that'll do it. And a travel, so I spoke too soon.
May make it a little closer than
what the
should have been. Nope.
Ball deflected out of bounds by Stanley. Whoever was saying
Hedrick
basketball.
Made a good play there.
Inbounds to Myers. 1 second. Ball game. 8-point Viking win. They knock off Parkersburg here at the Health Center tonight and improve to 9-0. We'll return with the WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital post-game report after this, right here on C98 The Bolt. Madison Jackson General Hospital post-game report, joined now by Viking head coach Derek Mullins. Coach, I told my fellow sitting next to me here in pregame, you've had some good wins in your career. You had a good win last week down at Scott. This is an eyebrow raiser across the state of West Virginia to knock off Parkersburg. A good, strong basketball team. Signature win for your club here tonight.
Yeah, it was a heck of a win for us. I think it might be one of the better wins we had probably all year between this one and the Scott one. They're just so deep, so physical. That's the type of game we got to play to get us prepared for when it matters, when it comes to March. And they really pushed us to our limits today. We turned it over quite a bit. They had, probably 25 offensive rebounds, close to it. Fleming, I know number 3 was just an animal inside, and that's something we told our guys at halftime. It's like, we got to stop them from getting offensive boards. They weren't really making many outside shots, but they were always getting second, third opportunities to get some points, and that's really what got us in foul trouble a little bit with Luke and Virgil. But the guys kept battling. Again, one of the games where we get a bucket, they get a bucket. We get a bucket, they get a bucket. We got to find a way to get a stop or two to where we can kind of keep building on our lead a little bit. But, again, a win's a win. It's a big win. We don't beat Parkersburg very often. Proud of the guys.
Tell me about the resiliency of your team, Coach. This was a punch-counter-punch game. They make a run, you make a run, we make a run, they make a run. It was back and forth, and neither team would relent until the end of the game when your team
got a steal and a run out and an and one by Cade, and then the highlight ESPN play that brought everyone out of their seats. It was a fantastic high school basketball game. You have to be proud of the resiliency of your team.
Every bit of it. When Isaiah threw it off the backboard, I thought he threw it too high. I didn't know who he was throwing it to. I thought it was Luke, but I thought it might have went over Luke's head. Luke came out of nowhere and slammed the thing down, and the roof fell off the house. But like you said, resiliency of this team, we just keep growing and growing and growing. We were bickering a little bit at each other a little bit tonight, but at the end of the day, found a way to get a win.
Coach, great job tonight. Congratulations on the win. As Brian said, we mentioned it during the broadcast. It looked like a heavyweight fight. I mean, somebody would daze somebody a little bit, then somebody would fight back, and we made the comment, let's see who's standing at the end of the fourth quarter. Well, as he said, and as you said, your kids really stepped up big, handled pressure, broke the press to score it, which was great. That's what extended that lead. So, I mean, you got to be just so happy with the way your kids played down the stretch.
Yeah, the guys, like you said, they battled, especially in the third and fourth quarter. Some of the times we were getting pushed around again. I think it happens every night down in the paint, and we're not getting the stuff that we're wanting to get, but kept battling, found a way to pull through, made a couple free throws down towards the end, made a couple easy buckets at the end of the ball game to really prevail and get the win.
Coach, you got a couple of days off, and then you got a big one down at Winfield on Friday of this little 2-week revenge tour. This one coming Friday might be one that's going to whet your appetite as much as any of them.
Oh, every bit of it. I think the kids have been itching to get back at these guys. We kind of have a little rivalry going. We played during the fall. They were kind of getting at each other a little bit. We ended up winning both games, but again, fall league don't mean a thing. We go down there. We had a little bad taste in our mouth from last year to where they got us, and they came back here and beat us again. They're a really good team, physical team. They'll play the same type of style like Parkersburg. I don't think they'll be as athletic, but they're a big, strong team. Got some kids that can shoot. We got to become ready to play because I know Winfield will be ready to rock and roll.
Coach will never forget the out of bounds that they didn't call, that they saved and allowed them to get a shot and win the game down there after our kids battled so hard. So we'll probably be at our vantage point in the corner where we can't see anything, but we'll watch that baseline for you.
I appreciate it. We got to make sure we watch that baseline.
How mad would you have been if we don't connect on that?
I would have been ticked off. I looked at both Coach Hunts was like, did we really just do that? With I think it was a 5-point game and it went to a 7. I was like, oh my goodness.
Got no
Good
conscience.
thing they freaking got it.
They got no conscience,
hey,
man.
They just
played loose.
That's how you're supposed to play.
Coach, enjoy it. Thanks for the time.
Great game.
Like you had Coach Derek Mullins, his team improves to 9-0 on the season, and the Vikings just rolling, Jeff. I mean, they're finding ways to win tight games, blowouts, games that are tight throughout. They run away with it a little bit late in the ball game. Impressive in the ways they're winning games.
Unbelievable. I mean, these kids have just gelled together. They play together. They hustle. They pick each other. Did you see Brady and other players sprint down to Cade?
Yep.
When he went in for that layup and got knocked up? I mean, I thought the Parkersburg players, thought Brady was coming to be the enforcer. No, he was coming to get his buddy up off the floor. And we've seen that continuously. We saw them high-fiving Isaiah and patting him on the back when he goes down there and makes a play and drives and gets a foul, gets to the foul line, and then the big play off the backboard to Big Luke and slamming it down. I don't know what the decibel levels were in here. Good thing we had headsets on.
It was loud and a great night, one that our late dear friend Mike Rubin would have enjoyed greatly. He didn't get to see many victories over Parkersburg here at the Health Center, but he saw one tonight from above, and we're excited to be able to bring that action to him and to all of you out there listening. Again, our next broadcast Friday night, Jeff, down at Winfield. It's going to be, it'll be chippy, to say the least.
It will. We got to congratulate and thank our good friend Tom Hunter over here on the PA. He, as you said, pregame, he and Rube were very good friends, and Tom filled in admirably for Rube here tonight.
Had tears in his eyes as he first sat down at the mic, and you knew it meant something to him. And as Rube did all of us, he meant something very special. And there's something special happening here at Ripley High School on the basketball court this season, both boys and girls. Just steamrolling
through the regular season here so far. But we'll find out what's next for the Vikes as they'll tip it off down at Winfield Friday night. We'll bring you the WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital countdown to tip-off at 7 p.m., and Jeff and I will bring you all the action at 7:30. We say thank you, as all season long, to all of our sponsors of Viking basketball, C98 The Bull. Special thanks to Rick Shannon. First day back at work. Good to have you back, my friend, for the hard work back at Viking Control. Once again, for Jennifer Redmond, as she just continuously does great stuff to keep us on the air back at Viking Control. Your final score from the Health Center. The Vikings win it in convincing fashion, 70-68, as they knock off the Parkersburg Big Reds and improve to 9-0. For Jeff Waybright, I'm Brian Johnson. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great night, and God bless.